Hello, YouTubians. I'm Dave Rubin. This is the Rubin Report. I've got H. Alan Scott. I've got Desi Doyen. I've got Adam Hunter, who just threw his phone for some reason. I don't know why. We have a tremendous show for you, and we got to get right to it because this is the internet and you're a busy person. So we're going to start with everybody's favorite crotchety old man, John McCain. Now, as everybody knows, Rand Paul did something that I think was pretty spectacular. He did a 13-hour filibuster, basically saying that Americans shouldn't be killed on American soil without due process. You know, that seems pretty fair. And then Mr. Old Man John McCain this week called him a wacko bird for something that's pretty patriotic, in my opinion. Where do we start with this? Is John McCain just lost his mind?
I don't think.
H. Alan Scott.
I think he has a great sponsorship deal with Angry Birds. That's why he called it Wacko Birds. I think there's some sort of corporate deal. Republicans are known for that.
Yeah.
You know, there's some sort of involvement there.
So you think he's getting something on the back end?
And he's just an angry old man who can't spend 13 hours listening to Rand Paul be stupid.
Yeah. Oh, get off my lawn! I would actually like to see him upgrade and maybe, you know, update his curse words and the things that he says. Wacko Birds?
Wacko Birds? Like,
where the hell did he come up with that?
Yeah. What do you think of this idea, though, that he's mocking what, in my opinion, was the best thing the Republicans have done in 5 years, probably?
Of course, I think he would be against that because, you know, Rand Paul is making a lot of money fundraising off of this. So first of all, he's making the money and he's getting all, you know, the young kids all excited about it. And it highlights the civil war that's going on in the Republican Party right now. And the old school guys who are, you know, they're okay with the other civil liberties violations that we've been doing overseas. It's just, you know, in this one area, they're not happy with it. So I think it's a major point of hypocrisy with them as well.
Adam, you are new school. What do you think about these old school guys?
I think that McCain calling someone a wacko bird is like Lohan calling someone a hot mess. You know, it's like Octomom saying you're a bad parent. You know, it doesn't really. He does have to update his references, and I think what happened was during the filibuster he felt like he was trapped, and it brought him back to his days in Vietnam, where he couldn't actually get out. He just felt like he couldn't, you know.
It's just a distraction. It's a distraction, honestly. Like literally, I'm with McCain on this one.
Really?
Yeah, Rand Paul, 13 hours. It wasn't a necessary filibuster in any way.
Do you not
I want someone
think
to filibuster for, you know, expanding into more universal health care for Obamacare? I want a Democrat to do that. I don't want Rand Paul talking about drones.
This guy's so left, he makes the Young Turks people look right. That was the most left thing I've ever heard.
Well, that's what I want a realistic reason to stand there and do a filibuster. What you know, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington did. That's what I want, for something good, not for drones attacking New York City that didn't even happen.
This is the place that Rand Paul planted his flag.
It could have been a lot better.
The return of the talking filibuster. You know, last year Bernie Sanders, senator from Vermont, an independent, you know, he also did a talking filibuster that was so beautifully written that it was published as a book. Yeah. Well, we don't talk about that. We didn't really hear about that. It didn't really get pushed throughout the media. But this filibuster that Rand Paul did, again, of which he's raising a lot of money off of, you know, that is something that we hear about. So I find that there's a big disconnect with the things that the corporate media focuses on and that the regular public hears about versus, you know, what's actually going on.
Right. What's a book, by the way?
It's one of those paper things, a lot of words in it.
It's on paper.
It's like
tweets in a long form.
It's funny that you mentioned that.
Stole it right out of my mouth. It's a long form Twitter. All right, so you, I can see, clearly not a fan of the concept that Rand Paul went with. Do you two, I'll start with you, Desi, do you believe in what Rand Paul was doing? Just if we were to forget the politics and what you think about him related to abortion or women's rights and gay people and all that, do you think that the filibuster in and of itself was the right thing to do?
I think it was an excellent thing to do because it actually did get that national conversation going. God knows we could use a lot more national conversations about a lot more subjects, but at least on this one thing we're talking about it. And it's really important because at this point we're also talking about the ability of future presidents. Yeah. You know, some people who say, oh, well, it's Obama, so I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with that, but I know people are. But future presidents will have this ability, and if there is no control or discussion about it, then it'll go the way of all the other things, like with the Patriot Act.
Adam, what do you think? Should the government be allowed to just show up at your apartment and drone strike you without serving you a warrant or at least a hot meal?
I would like to believe that they're not just going to take out like 30 people at a time, targeting one person. Yeah. In my apartment. I don't think that Obama's like, oh, get it. I don't think they're going to be that. No one's going to be that careless, is what I think. I think that, you know.
But What
should they
if
be able
the
to?
bad guys were in charge?
If they were able to just get that one person and drone him out and kill him, and sure, why not?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. We're not big on civil liberties here, but that's they're very old school. You know what I mean? Bonobos.com is the official outfitter of the Rubin Report. Get this shirt. Use code TRR20 at bonobos.com.